Today we're going to talk about managing hard light, softening it, diffusing it here on the streets of Guanajuato, Mexico.
AdoramaTV presents Photo on the Go with Joe McNally, where you'll go behind the scenes to see how great photos are made. Here's your host, Joe McNally.
Hi, this is Joe McNally for AdoramaTV. I'm talking to you from the beautiful streets of Guanajuato, Mexico, and I'm in front of a wall that you would pay a backdrop painter many thousands of dollars to create, and it's just sitting here. It's sitting here in hard sunlight, so we're going to take a look at how to manage that. I'm going to work by myself with just a smaller diffuser, which requires me to bring my subject away from the wall. Why? I just don't have that much coverage area, but we're just going to do this with one small flash, and we'll use a small handheld diffuser, and we'll see if we can create beautiful light up front and blend the background. I'm going to look at that wall, the scene, and I'm going to get the ambient exposure right. Okay, that gives me a rough ballpark. I'm about, I don't know, about 250 at f11. That will change, of course, when I get my subject in front of the camera, because aperture priority will start to factor my subject's exposure value as well as the background, but it gives me a rough starting point. So I'm going to ask my very beautiful model, Karin, to come in and join me out here in the hot blazing sunlight, which I know she's been looking forward to. So I need you just to locate yourself in the shade of this. So get your face, come closer. Okay, closer even yet. A little bit right in there. Okay, now without using any flash at all, you can see that the light on Karin is really, really nice because the sunlight is coming through this Trigrip diffuser panel. But of course, if I try to make this picture like that, okay, she's in very nice light, but you'll see when you look at that picture, the background's quite bright because she's in a different exposure area than the background. The bright sun is back there, and I've cut it off of her via this handheld panel. Okay, so I'm going to work this. I'm going to use a handheld Trigrip as a bounce. I'm going to use the striped side of this, not the solid silver, because that'd be a little rough on her eyes. And there's also another thing you can do here. You can strip this off and just use the white translucence, okay, as a fill board, which for this very creamy sort of light might actually work really well, because the silver, always remember, has a little contrast and splash to it. But I'm just going to start working available light right now, acknowledging the fact that she's in good light and I'm losing a bit of control of the background. It's just on the edge of being too bright. But let's get some pictures. All right, keep the glasses on for a second. Let me just see how those go, how those do. Cool. Okay, the glasses aren't working so well for me because why? They're reflecting this. So I'm going to ask you to take the glasses off. Okay, all right, okay, holding them. All right, here we go. Now just start work. You can look away, you can look up, down, wherever you want to go. I'm just going to follow you, okay? All right. I'm shooting a D800. I'm an f1.8, so I'm really throwing that background out of focus. And I do think, looking at these, I do think that this silver splash is a little too much. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this diffuser and expose just the translucence, get rid of the silver. So now it's just going to be just a very small amount of bounce, just a really rich and kind of soft light coming up towards her. Here we go. Very good, Karin, very nice, good. Now just look down so I don't see your right eye. Maybe turn your head this way. There you go, good. Okay, now look back towards me. Good, good. And maybe look a little bit this way. Good, beautiful. Very pretty. Easy to work this way. I could put this on another clamp like that and have it just right in here. And that actually approximates that classic sort of, you know, clamshell type of light, or a little bit of beauty light, an overhead source and an underneath bounce. I've adjusted this for her height, okay? The clamp that you put these Trigrips on is pretty omnidirectional, so I'm able to tilt it over. I have the flash radiating right into here. And now let's see what happens as we apply a flash to up front here, and we'll sort of resupply some of the light that we've cut off of her. By emphasizing my subject now with flash, I'm able to take the exposure on the background down. So let's do this right away here, okay? All right, that's very pretty. Very nice, here we go, cool. That's lovely. Stay with me. All right, so at 8,000 at 1.8, I've taken and kind of tamed the sun and also turned the background into this beautiful sort of out of focus mix of rosy color, which is really, really nice. Now I'm gonna add, oh, if you notice here, we have an impromptu sandbag that we found on the street, you know, location photography. And I'm gonna take this in now as a fill board. Okay, chin down just a little bit, sweet. There you go, good. Maybe chin all the way down. There you go, good. And just come back with eyes. That's great, good. Okay, can I ask you to remove your necklace? What I'm gonna do here is just keep things really simple graphically. Do you want me to hold it for you? Okay. Get more necklaces that way. It's amazing. You can see the collection I have. Sorry. So this works out, right? I've got a couple of stands, a diffuser. The diffuser is cutting light off of her and softening the light, and then I'm replacing the light I lost with a Speed-Lite. So I'm able to take the foreground and match the background in terms of exposure and kind of control my f-stop, shutter speeds to, you know, emphasize her up front, throw the background out of focus, all that stuff that are basically the elements of control that, say, you're used to having in the studio, but we're bringing those out onto the street. This is Joe McNally on the streets of Guanajuato, Mexico for AdoramaTV.
AdoramaTV is brought to you by Adorama, your best source for the equipment and knowledge you need. For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. Place your order by 7 p.m. and it ships the same day. Plus, the next time you're in New York City, be sure to visit our store, located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. Check out the Adorama Rental Company for professional cameras, lighting, computers, and more. We'll help you make the best selection to match your needs while giving you the knowledge to achieve the best outcome from your rental. Adorama is your complete solution for equipment, printing, training, and more. Adorama, more than a camera store.